Hi, my name is Lihang. I'm the founder and CEO of Nimbus. If you're tuning into this conference, then you're likely aware of the massive addressable market for short trips. We have just started to unlock the shortest of these trips with e-scooters and e-bikes. I believe we are only at the beginning. The potential for micromobility is much larger. While current micro-vehicles are excellent on key variables, things like low cost, fun, and convenience, they underserve in a whole range of others. Many consumers desire more weather protection, safety, and some just want to travel further. Although we expect this according to classic disruption theory, we still need to address many of these shortcomings in order to realize the full potential of micromobility. Now, on the other end of the scale, cars are a fairly sizable problem, in the sense that they take up a lot of room. Cars have been increasing in size while cities have become more dense. Just look at the enormous size difference between the best-selling automobile in 1990 compared to 2020. We believe there's growth into what Horace calls the heavy micromobility category. This sits in the growing gap between micromobility and the smallest cars. The emergence of a new vehicle type. Car-level safety and comfort paired with motorcycle compactness and convenience. Now, for a little bit of my background, I founded and exited a hardware company in the automotive space to a Fortune 1000 company. I felt like the most important contribution that I could make to transportation was to develop key breakthroughs in technology to enable a smaller vehicle footprint. It also had to be a vehicle so easy to use that even my mom could use it. So we banded together an amazing team to work on the problem. Our CTO and lead engineer was previous chief engineer at an electric motorcycle company. Our manufacturing lead in the back has a decade of experience manufacturing in China, where we will have the majority of our vehicles manufactured at scale. Our core team has more than 50 years of experience in the automotive industry. Together, we set out to build one of the first enclosed, highway-compatible solutions that was still micromobility. Our first efforts focused on solving vehicle balance by tilting the vehicle. We originally envisioned micro-autonomous pods to replace cars in the city. Our team made a ton of progress in a short amount of time, and we built this first pod in just 8 months. We discovered great things about tilting, the physics behind it, and how it can be used to improve comfort and stop motion sickness. But AV was going too slow. We entered Y Combinator in the winter and pivoted to an economical, human-driven vehicle to allow us to make an impact faster. So why is tilting important? Well, whether you realize it or not, all micromobility vehicles, whether it's bikes, scooters, or mopeds, are tilting vehicles. It enables them to be lightweight and occupy the smallest footprint possible. The difficulty, however, is that they also require balancing, making them difficult to drive and impossible to put doors on to protect the occupants. I'm excited to announce the Nimbus Halo, a tandem tilting electric trike that protects riders from weather and accidents, while only being the same footprint as a motorcycle. It uses our proprietary Nimbus tilting technology to offer a vehicle that is both perfect for dense urban cores while also being highway capable. Our vehicle is driven exactly like a car and only requires a car driver's license to drive in almost all countries and states. The narrow width allows a lightweight vehicle that can filter through traffic, is super maneuverable, and easy to park. There is nothing on the market now that has the same features except the Toyota iRoad. That vehicle has rear-wheel steering and tilting on a drive-by-wire system. Sounds expensive? It cost Toyota more than $100,000 to make one, and they were never offered to consumers beyond trials. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this picture. Our compact form factor means that our vehicle can move in cities in ways that scooters and motorbikes can. This allows much more flow of the traffic through existing infrastructure compared to cars. Our vehicle's short length allows parking perpendicular to curbs. Besides being much easier to find parking today, cities are already starting to adapt their parking to accommodate vehicles that reduce private car trips, whether they are shared or privately owned. The vehicle itself is capable of highway speeds, but at home in urban environments. Our team experimented with different tilting methods and found the one that was stable at all speeds and drives just like a car. A full enclosure allows our vehicle to operate in a wider range of environments. Many shared operators that we've talked to have been excited about the vehicle because it permits both heating and cooling, meaning that it can comfortably operate in the varied winter and summer conditions of their cities. And the components are largely off the shelf and modular, thanks to the explosion in micromobility vehicles and mini EVs over the last decade. We are doing things we couldn't even think of 3 to 5 years ago. This allows us to hit a price point of $6,420 while still having a decent margin. In terms of distribution, we're looking at both G2C and B2B2C. We're looking at selling or renting the vehicles for $99 a month, and then also partnering with fleet providers such as Micromobility, CarShare, and ride-hailing networks to deploy the vehicles quickly at scale. We've had great traction in the B2B2C space, with LOIs signed for 11,000 vehicles. On the D2C side, we have paid reservations with an average customer acquisition cost of $20 per vehicle. We are very confident in the demand of our vehicles and that the heavy micromobility category will continue to grow to millions to tens of millions of vehicles per year, whether our vehicles are privately owned, shared, or operated as taxis. So that's Nimbus. We're finishing up on our next prototype for pilots and just closing out on our next financing round. If you're an operator interested in a pilot, or someone who just wants to join an amazing team working at the forefront of micromobility, please do get in touch. Thank you for listening.